Welcome to Facts About Everything. I'm your host, James Egan. Today on Space Week, we'll be looking at Earth. Earth is the only planet in the solar system that is not named after a Greek or Roman god. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. So, if you compressed the last 4.5 billion years into one single day, humanity only existed at 23 hours, 58 minutes, and 43 seconds. This means that if Earth's time was compressed into one day, humanity only existed for 77 seconds. Some diagrams like this give slightly different calculations. This is because they're basing that time off early man or modern man. On average, Earth is 93 million miles away from the Sun. At its closest, it's 91 million. At its furthest, it's 94 million. Earth has about 8.7 million different types of life forms. This is a bit more than the other planets, who have approximately 0. Some people have made the observation, if the planet is made of 71% water, then why is it called Earth? Actually, Earth is made of 1% water. 71% of the Earth's surface is made of water. Most of Earth is made of perovskite, a calcium titanium material. Perovskite doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? Let's just stick with calling it Earth for now. When Earth was first forming, it was a big ball of rock and lava. This was known as the Hadean era, named after the Greek god Hades. The ancient Greeks called our planet Gaia. Gaia was the goddess of the world. Terra is what the ancient Romans called Earth. Earth is the only planet to have water as a solid, liquid, and a gas. Earth is the densest planet in the solar system. Earth has this weird meteorological phenomenon caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light in water droplets, which creates a spectral arc of light in the sky. Most people just call it a rainbow. Life on Earth began 3.7 to 4.4 billion years ago. Light travels around the Earth in 1/10 of a second. Light travels from the Earth to the Moon in 1.3 seconds. It takes 8.3 minutes for the sun's light to reach Earth. The Earth is 7,926 miles in diameter. Earth weighs 6 sextillion tons. Earth is the largest of the solid planets. The other 4 larger planets are made of gas. Life on Earth is possible because our planet has Goldilocks conditions. This means that the Earth is in the right position away from the Sun, so it isn't too hot or too cold, it's just right for life to survive. The hottest temperature on the Earth's surface in modern history is 70.7 degrees Celsius in an Iranian desert. The coldest temperature is minus 89.2 degrees Celsius in Antarctica. At this exact moment, you are 3,976 miles away from the center of the Earth. As many as 10 million pieces of human-made debris are estimated to be in Earth's orbit. Earth is not round because it's flat at the poles and bulges at the equator. The technical term for its shape is oblong spheroid. Over 200 objects were released by the Mir space station during its first 10 years of operation. They are all now orbiting the Earth. In 2005, at least 13 nuclear reactor fuel cores, 8 thermoelectric generators, and 32 nuclear reactors were known to be in Earth's orbit below 1,056 kilometers. The oldest debris that is still in Earth's orbit is Vanguard 1, America's second satellite launched in 1958. In 1965, during the first American spacewalk, Gemini 4 astronaut Edward White lost a glove. For a month, the glove stayed in orbit traveling at 17,398 miles per hour. In the center of the Earth is the core. The core is 5,500 degrees Celsius. The reason why the core is so hot is because of decaying uranium, friction, gravity, and the leftover heat from the Earth's formation. The core of the Earth is made of iron and nickel. Even though the core is over 5,000 degrees, the iron is solid, not liquid. The Earth's mantle is 1,800 miles thick. The Earth moves 24 miles per second. That's 67,000 miles per hour. Most people think that the mantle's composition is like lava, but geologists say it's more like plastic if it was really, 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 really hot. It's common knowledge that the Earth's top layer is the crust, but most people don't know that there's actually 2 crusts. The top crust is the oceanic crust, measuring 3 miles thick. The lower crust is the continental crust, which is about 25 miles thick. Continental drift makes the continents move a few centimeters per year. It will take about 60,000 years for a continent to move 1 mile. Earth's atmosphere is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, nearly 1% argon, and then a very small percentage is made up of trace gases. Carbon dioxide only makes up 0.04% of the Earth's atmosphere. Although there is no exact point where the Earth's atmosphere stops and space begins, Out of convenience, it is said that space starts 62 miles up from the Earth's surface, which is 100 kilometers. It is called the Kármán line. The ozone layer starts 15 miles above Earth's surface. The ozone absorbs ultraviolet light, a light that can tear biological molecules apart. The seasons of the year are not based off the distance between the Earth and the Sun. The seasons are caused by the 23-degree axial tilt. We tilt towards the Sun in the summer, and we tilt away in the winter. Bizarrely, Earth is close to the Sun in January. Earth's axis wobbles a tiny bit upon every rotation. Although this wobble is very slight, over thousands of years it will affect how we see the stars. For example, Polaris is commonly known as the North Star. However, thousands of years ago, the ancient Egyptians saw Thuban as their North Star because it was in the same position that Polaris is in now. In 11,000 years, Vega will become Earth's North Star. The Earth's rotation is slowing down. The deceleration is so slight that it's impossible to notice, but in 140 million years, the Earth will have 25 hours in a day. Anaximander of ancient Greece figured out the Earth was not flat in 550 BC. That's either a bad angle or he was the worst hunchback I've ever seen. He first considered this when he noticed that ships in water always seem to disappear from the bottom up. He believed that this was only possible if the Earth's surface was curved, not flat. 95% of the ocean depths have never been seen by human eyes. Okay, let's just get this over with. What is the Northern Lights? The Northern Lights, also known as the Aurora Borealis, are visible in the North Pole in Iceland and rarely in Scotland and Northern Ireland. The aurora is formed when the Earth's magnetic field traps solar wind particles and channels some of those particles into its atmosphere where they smash into air molecules. This collision energizes the molecules by emitting colorful lights. Nitrogen glows red and blue, oxygen glows red and green. Fun fact, I stayed at the Northern Lights Inn for my honeymoon in Iceland. I missed the Northern Lights by one day. I've never seen them. I'm so angry. The best time and place to see the Aurora Borealis is in Iceland from September to February between 12 to 3 a.m. It can last for seconds, minutes, or hours. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy author Douglas Adams had a brilliant way of encapsulating Earth. The fact that we live at the bottom of a deep gravity well on the surface of a gas-covered planet going around a nuclear fireball 90 million miles away and think this is normal is obviously some indication of how skewed our perspective tends to be. If all human beings vanished overnight, the last man-made structures standing will be the pyramids and Mount Rushmore. They are made of granite so they resist erosion. Special thanks to these fine people for all their help. Thanks for watching. See you again.